So swallowing pushes the food from the pharynx into a tube called the esophagus. And the descriptive word esophagus comes from two Greek words that means I carry what is eaten. The esophagus, which is about 1 foot long, has circular muscles that alternately contract and relax to push food downward into the stomach. This rhythmic squeezing action called peris- peristalsis is called peristalsis. Even makes it possible for a person standing on his head to swallow. Have you ever tried swallowing food upside down? No. That's what causes it to come out your nose. I don't understand that. Okay. So the stomach. The stomach is a muscular sac-like organ shaped somewhat like a large upside-down pear. It is located below the diaphragm, slightly toward the left side of the body. The word stomach comes from a Greek word that means mouth. The stomach is like a mouth because it has an opening that receives food. This opening is controlled by the cardiac sphincter. It's controlled by the cardiac sphincter, a muscle located in the upper part of the stomach near the heart. The stomach continues the process of breaking down food, particularly proteins, into small particles. Three types of muscles. Three types of muscles line. Muscle line. Three types of muscles line the stomach: the longitudinal, the circular, and the angular. These stomach muscles work together to continue mechanical digestion by tightening around the food, pushing it back and forth, rolling it from side to side, mashing it and mixing it with gastric juices. Understand so far? The stomach also contributes to the chemical digestion of food. About 35 million exocrine glands line the muscular walls of the stomach. These glands secrete hydrochloric acid, mucus, and an enzyme known as pepsin. Pepsin, which breaks down the proteins, must have an acid environment in order to function. The hyaluronic acid provides the acid environment and also kills harmful bacteria. The mucus lubricates the food as it is broken down, so it will move more smoothly through the rest of the digestive process. Although food is only partially digested into the stomach, it generally remains in the stomach between 2 to 6 hours until it becomes completely soft and almost liquid. Stomach muscles, moving with the wavy motion of the peristalsis, gradually push the partially digested food down to the narrow end of the stomach, called the pylorus. The pyloric sphincter at the bottom of the stomach is usually closed, so that no undigested food can escape. When the stomach completes its work, the pyloric sphincter opens and a small amount of food passes into the duodenum, the first part of the small intestine. So the small intestine. Although the small intestine is about 20 feet long, it is called small because of its diameter. The upper part of the small intestine, the duodenum, is about 10 inches long and is shaped like the letter C. The word duodenum means 12 fingers wide. Early biologists placed their fists side by side to measure the length of the duodenum, and found it to be long as 3 fists or 12 finger widths long. Joining the duodenum is the jejunum. I'm not making this up. That's what they're called. They're actually called duodenum and jejunum. 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 The small jejunum, which begins where the small intestine turns sharply forward and downward, is about 8 feet long and 1.5 inches in diameter. The jejunum is thicker and darker in color than the final section, the ileum. The ileum, the final 12 feet of the small intestine, is 1.25 inches in diameter. The ileum is more coiled and twisted than the jejunum. So the inside surface of the small intestine is lined with numerous folds that greatly increase the surface area. Lining the surface